Mom sues Disney for $2 million after claiming a mammoth wave injured her in a Typhoon Lagoon kiddie pool. There was blood. A New York woman, Kimberly Panetta, is taking legal action against the Walt Disney Company. She's seeking a staggering $2 million in damages. The lawsuit stems from a harrowing incident that allegedly occurred at Disney's Typhoon Lagoon water park. The alleged injury took place in April 2022. It was supposed to be a joyous family vacation. Instead, it turned into a nightmare that continues to haunt the Panetta family. Give a like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Panetta claims she was injured in a seemingly safe area of the park. She was in a kiddie pool, a space designed for the youngest guests and their parents. She was patiently waiting for her daughter at the bottom of a slide. Suddenly, without warning, a mammoth wave crashed into her. This wave, she alleges, originated from another, more powerful area of the pool. The force of the water was allegedly far beyond what one would expect in a children's area. The impact was devastating. Panetta claims the wave slammed her against the concrete. She skidded across the rough surface, sustaining deep and painful scrapes. She described the injuries as akin to road rash. The wave didn't just knock her down, it dragged her underwater. In a moment of sheer panic, her maternal instincts kicked in. She prioritized her daughter's safety above her own well-being. Panetta reported immediate and excruciating pain. She was bleeding profusely from the abrasions. The experience, she says, felt like being dragged on concrete. The incident irrevocably ruined her family's vacation. What was meant to be a time of joy and relaxation became a source of trauma. She was forced to forgo swimming and other planned activities. The physical wounds have healed to some extent, but the scars remain. She now suffers from self-consciousness about her appearance. She actively avoids wearing clothing that exposes her legs. Panetta's legal complaint is a scathing indictment of Disney's alleged negligence. The lawsuit argues that the wave pool's power was dangerously mismanaged. It claims the force of the waves should never have reached the kiddie pool area. The lawsuit further asserts that Disney failed to provide adequate protection. It states that barriers should have been in place to shield parents in the kiddie area from such powerful surges. The absence of these safeguards, she argues, directly led to her injuries. The $2 million Panetta is seeking is not an arbitrary figure. It represents the extensive damages she has allegedly suffered. These damages encompass a wide range of hardships, both physical and emotional. The funds are intended to cover ongoing medical care and treatment. She claims she requires continued attention to address the lingering effects of her injuries. The damages also account for the profound mental anguish she has endured. Perhaps most significantly, the lawsuit seeks compensation for the lasting impact the incident has had on her life. She argues that her quality of life has been diminished due to Disney's alleged negligence. Frank Panetta, Kimberly's husband, has staunchly corroborated his wife's account. He witnessed the aftermath of the incident firsthand. His testimony paints a grim picture of the events that unfolded. He emphasized the severity of his wife's injuries. He described the scene as chaotic and disturbing. He also highlighted the potential danger the wave posed to their daughter. He expressed outrage at what he perceived as Disney's inadequate response. He stated that the resort initially offered only a paltry $250 credit as compensation. He found this offer insulting given the extent of his wife's suffering. He vividly recalled the moment he saw his wife after the wave struck. He said she skidded for 15 or 20 feet across the concrete. The image, he says, is seared into his memory. The incident's impact extended beyond Kimberly Panetta's physical injuries. It left an indelible mark on her children. They were forced to witness their mother's traumatic experience. The children were deeply affected by the sight of their mother in distress. The incident shattered their sense of security and well-being. It disrupted their vacation plans, turning a happy occasion into a source of anxiety. The children were reportedly mortified and shocked. They were horrified to see blood pouring out of their mother. The emotional scars of that day may linger for years to come. This lawsuit raises serious questions about safety protocols at water parks. Are existing measures sufficient to protect visitors, especially children? Are companies prioritizing profits over the well-being of their guests? The Panetta case is not an isolated incident. Reports of injuries at water parks are unfortunately common. These incidents range from minor scrapes and bruises to more serious injuries, including concussions and broken bones. The inherent nature of water parks presents unique safety challenges. The combination of water, speed, and crowds can create a potentially hazardous environment. Vigilance and stringent safety measures are paramount. Disney has remained largely silent on the specifics of the Panetta lawsuit. The company typically refrains from commenting on pending litigation. However, it is likely that Disney will vigorously defend itself against the allegations. Disney's legal team may argue that Panetta assumed the risks inherent in visiting a water park. They may also contend that the wave was not as powerful as she claims. They might suggest that her injuries were the result of her own negligence. Disney could also point to the waivers and disclaimers that guests typically sign when entering the park. These documents often release the company from liability for certain types of injuries. However, the enforceability of such waivers is often challenged in court. Panetta faces a challenging legal battle. Proving negligence against a large corporation like Disney is an uphill climb. She will need to present compelling evidence to support her claims. She will need to demonstrate that Disney had a duty to protect her from the type of injury she sustained. She will also need to prove that Disney breached that duty through its actions or omissions. Finally, she will need to establish a direct link between Disney's negligence and her injuries. Expert testimony will likely play a crucial role in the case. Medical experts will be called upon to assess the extent of her injuries. Engineering experts may be asked to analyze the wave pool's design and operation. This lawsuit could have significant ramifications for Disney. A negative verdict could damage the company's reputation. It could also lead to increased scrutiny of its safety practices. The case could also set a precedent for future lawsuits. If Panetta prevails, other injured park visitors may be emboldened to pursue legal action. This could result in a wave of litigation against Disney and other theme park operators. The financial implications could also be substantial. A $2 million judgment would be a significant blow. It could also lead to higher insurance premiums and increased operating costs. The Panetta case serves as a stark reminder of the potential dangers at water parks. It is essential for visitors to take precautions to protect themselves and their families. Before entering a water park, carefully review the park's safety rules and guidelines. Pay attention to posted warnings and instructions. Supervise children closely at all times. Ensure that they are aware of the potential hazards. Be mindful of your surroundings. Avoid areas that appear overcrowded or unsafe. Report any safety concerns to park staff immediately. If you witness an accident or injury, provide assistance and notify authorities. Document any injuries or incidents that occur. Take photographs and gather witness information. Kimberly Panetta's lawsuit is more than just a quest for financial compensation. It is a fight for accountability. She seeks to hold Disney responsible for what she believes was a preventable injury. She hopes that her case will raise awareness about safety issues at water parks. She wants to ensure that other families do not have to endure the same trauma that she and her children experienced. Her pursuit of justice is driven by a desire to protect others from harm. The outcome of this case will be closely watched by the theme park industry and consumers alike. It could have a lasting impact on safety standards and legal liabilities. The Panetta family's story is a cautionary tale about the potential risks lurking beneath the surface of seemingly carefree fun.